Ahmed, a sensitive and quiet young man who lives in a world of literature and poetry. Hira, a cheerful, intelligent, and vibrant girl, beloved by everyone at the university. Samir, Hira's cousin and fiancé, self-confident and practical young man. This is the story of Ahmed, whose world was built from books, poems, and daydreams. If there was any noise in his silent world, it was only the echo of Hira's name. Hira, who was the brightest star at his university. When she laughed, it seemed as if all the happiness of the universe had gathered in that moment. And when she walked, even the wind seemed to pause in respect. Every day, Ahmed would watch her from his corner table in the library. This was his routine, his silent worship. But now, a disturbance had begun to disrupt his worship. Samir, Hira's cousin, who was often with her. Samir's confidence, the casual way he spoke to Hira, ignited an unknown fear in Ahmed's heart. He would watch how Samir would lean over Hira's book to explain something, and Hira would smile. For Ahmed, this scene was like acid, burning away the colorful canvas of his imagination. One day, while reading a fresh ghazal he had written for Hira in his diary, Ahmed was suddenly called away by the librarian. He got up in a hurry, leaving his diary on the table. When he returned, the ground slipped from beneath his feet. Hira and her friends were walking towards that very table. Ahmed's heart leaped into his throat. The secret of his entire life, the silent saga of his love, was trapped in that diary. If it fell into Hira's hands, then ... Without wasting a moment, he strode quickly towards the table. His heart was beating so violently that he felt his breath catching. Hira had almost reached the table. Ahmed practically ran the last few steps, snatched the diary, and hid it inside his shirt. "Excuse me," Hira said with a smile and sat down in her chair. Ahmed just nodded and walked away quickly. His body was drenched in sweat, but his secret was safe. The annual poetry recital was announced at the university. Ahmed's friends compelled him to participate. He thought, this is the chance. He would dress his emotions in words and bring them before everyone, even if no one knew who they were for. On the night of the recital, the hall was packed. Before going on stage, Ahmed glanced at the audience one last time. Hira was sitting in the front row, bright and beautiful as always. But today, Samir was with her, his hand resting on the back of Hira's chair, as if staking his claim. Seeing this, a strange stubbornness arose within Ahmed. Today, he had to recite his poem, no matter what. When his name was called, he walked to the stage with trembling steps. He took the microphone, drew a deep breath, and fixed his gaze on Hira. "Listen, I want to tell you something. The words that reside only in my heart, in the depths of your eyes, flows the story of my love. This thinking of you every single moment. It is not a delusion. It is my worship. Perhaps you are not even aware. You are the destination, you are the devotion." Throughout the entire poem, his eyes remained fixed on Hira's face. There were tears in Hira's eyes, and an expression of disbelief on her face. Ahmed felt that his words had found their way. When the poem ended, the hall roared with applause, but Ahmed could only see Hira's tears. After the program, Ahmed gathered his courage and walked towards Hira. Samir was standing right beside her. "Hira," Ahmed said with difficulty. Wiping her tears, Hira said, "Ahmed, your poem ... it made me cry. It felt as if you reached into someone's soul and wrote their feelings. Those feelings were mine, Hira. Every single word was for you," Ahmed finally confessed. A complete silence fell for a moment. A soft smile appeared on Hira's face, but it was tinged with regret. Before she could say anything, she looked at Samir. Samir stepped forward and placed a hand on Ahmed's shoulder. "Man, you poets are amazing. There's so much depth in your words." Then, taking Hira's hand, he said, "Actually, Hira and I got engaged last month. We're getting married soon." These weren't just words. It was a verdict that had been delivered. Ahmed's world, which he had woven with threads of hope, shattered in an instant. He felt as if he was suspended in a void. He only managed to say, "Oh, congratulations," and turned away. That night, Ahmed couldn't sleep. He wandered aimlessly on the deserted city streets. Every corner reminded him of Hira, but today there was no anger or hatred in his heart, but rather a strange sense of peace. He realized that love is not about possessing someone. Love is a selfless emotion, a silent worship you perform quietly. His love was pure, and it didn't need any name or relationship. A few months later, one evening as Ahmed was leaving the university gate, he saw Hira and Samir. They were standing by a car, laughing. Hira looked very happy. A bitter but serene smile appeared on Ahmed's lips. He changed his path and walked in the other direction. Because some stories are not meant to be completed. They become immortal by remaining unfinished. And the story of one-sided love is one such story which lives forever, but only within a single heart.
वीडियो देखने का शुक्रिया. Please share, like and subscribe.